Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show for our weekly Real Estate Essentials segment. Excited to have back with us. It's been a while. Jay Deher, the host of the show. How are you, Jay?
Doing wonderful.
Nice
to have
morning,
right?
I know it is, and you brought with you Jared Beckteed with Wasatch Moving Company. Nice to have you here, Jared. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's good to be here.
Excellent. Well, tell me first, Jay, about how the show is going. We just started a conversation about that. I was really excited to hear about. But tell viewers what this was about. It involves football.
So this week is episode 49. This is the 49th episode we've done, and we had a professional football player, Jay Reed from the Baltimore Ravens, and he has a Super Bowl ring and everything in 2012.
Yeah.
He won the Super Bowl, and he is coming here to Utah to pick out a house. And so in this episode, it's taking him around and looking and showing, because he had actually never been to Utah, and he's going to buy a house here, a second home, and so it's me taking him out, showing him all the different real estate and stuff.
What is he going for?
We looked at houses anywhere from about 700 up to about 3.5 million, and he kind of liked that 1.5 million dollar range. We kind of, showed him a bunch of houses, but and the reason why he's never been here before, but his his family's from here, and he's in contract negotiations, so he's not sure exactly where he's going to end this next year, and so he's going to have a second home here. So when they come to visit, he's got a little place to stay.
Well, I'm sure he'll be looking for a mover, which is where Jared comes into play.
Right.
Tell me about your partnership with the show, Jared, and how long you've been working with Jay.
Jay, it's probably been about a year now, wouldn't you say? He brought us on, and he was looking for a moving company that he could provide moving services for all his clients, and it's something that we do. We provide a free service for any of his clients that he moved or
That's fantastic.
For, so.
Well, tell me about how that works. I mean, you think, a moving company, but often people think when they're moving, and I was just explaining my experience shortly after we got married, we're like, oh yeah, we can move all of our stuff, and then we had a lot less, but I was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea I had this much stuff. This is a serious pain, and we really wish that we had hired someone, which we're doing next time we move. But explain how that works and the specialty that you guys provide and how you make it easier for everyone.
Well, I think anyone that's hired a moving companies, they're sold on the idea. You use a moving company once, you're going to use them forever. So, and I think a lot of people are they're just not sure even what to expect. I think people think it's more expensive than what it actually is. So
it's surprisingly inexpensive.
Yeah.
Right.
And once you do it, you never go back.
Yeah.
Like I remember moving my house. I was moving from this one house, and even being a real estate agent, I had to move all of my stuff into storage, and then I had to take it out of storage and move it into the house. And it was the middle of winter. It was the most terrible thing ever. But just movers, they got the stuff all dialed in. That sort of situation, they can bring the pods, load it all in there, and then store it for a little bit, and then deliver it. I mean, it's just the way to go. It's so worth it. And I was always looking, because what you want as a professional, because this is your stuff. It's your TV, it's your couch, and so you need a professional. And so when I picked these guys out, I could have picked between any of the movers who were out there locally, and these guys were exceptional. And they just moved me, and they didn't damage one thing. Literally nothing got damaged in the move. And I don't know if they do that every time, but
well, they're dealing with a lot of stuff,
yeah.
and so that's nice to hear that went so well.
We've got a great group of guys. They're really careful, and they're good at what they do.
They work hard. I mean, I watched them.
It is.
Well, I like how you bring up it's actually not as expensive as you might expect, but you considering the stress that goes into it if you're the one moving, the time it takes you to move it, and of course the potential aches and pains that you might develop physically and emotionally from doing all that. I think the payoff, it's definitely worth whatever that trade is.
Especially if you're going to go out and rent a truck yourself, you've got costs there anyway.
Sure.
So yeah, it's surprisingly affordable.
Yeah,
so
I think so. So tell me about how folks can get in touch with you and utilize your services.
Well, they could always give us a call. Our phone number is 801-210-2515. Or they can visit us online at wasatchmovingco.com, and actually you can click on our Get Quote buttons on there, and it'll walk you through a simple home inventory survey, and you can tell us what items you need moved, and it'll put together a price for us. And,
oh, nice! You make it really simple for us.
That's what I really like about them, because there's one thing, you get all your stuff loaded up in their truck, in a normal moving company, and then you get halfway done, you burn through your budget, and you're like, well, I got to get the rest of my stuff moved. I have no choice to pay. These guys have it all set up online, so you can go put in, this is what I have, this is how many rooms, how much stuff, and it'll tell you this is what it's going to cost. And if it goes over, they just eat it.
Well, we guarantee our prices. So
that's incredible. So I just go online and I can choose kind of you guys determine what I need.
I got a
Yeah.
grand piano, I've got 3 beds, I've got, so many flat screen TVs, and you put it all in there and it says, this is what it's going to cost to move it.
Nice.
That's great, yeah.
I love anytime you simplify something for me, you're my new friend. So I really like that process. Well, gentlemen, is there anything else you'd like to add in terms of the show and Wasatch Moving Company as well? Anything else that we should know about?
If anyone out there is looking to list properties, give us a call. The market right now is super hot, but it needs listings. Okay, there's like a ton of buyers out there, but we're limited on how many listings. Surprisingly, it's a real heavy seller's market, and so you can get top dollar for your market for your house. And so that's always something to look at. We always look at those things, because it kind of sways and stuff. Man, right now you can get top dollar for your house if you're looking to sell.
Excellent. Jared, anything else to add about your company?
Well,
this
I
morning?
mean, for example, he's got my brother's townhome for listed right now, and the price he listed, was definitely on the higher end. But it looks like you've got some takers.
That's right.
So,
Wow, that's
And they were
great
trying to,
news.
what's funny about that one is they were trying to do it for sale by owner, and they didn't have any showings on it at all. So we listed it, and we added it. I mean, we bumped it up, I think, $10,000 above where they were going for sale by owner, and we're getting showings and showings and showings, and we're pushing the market, and we're really close. We got a threat of an offer coming in right now. That's just the way the market is right now. It's just
Right. Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah,
good
and then
for.
of course they get a nice moving package too, right?
yeah.
Right. There we go. It works out
I was
pretty
going to
well.
have to move him anyway, so this works out great.
Yeah, why
Nice.
not, right?
I like it. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here this morning. I really look forward to more conversations in the future with you guys. Jay, thanks for taking some time to come up. It's been a while, so
Yeah,
nice to
I gotta
have
come
you
up
back
more,
here.
right?
I know,
I think
right?
I'll be here next week too.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. Nice to have you guys here once again. Our Real Estate Essentials weekly segment. We'll be right back after the break. What we do, we have so much more to share with you. Don't go away.